What a lot of women don't realize is your biggest downfall will come from trusting a man or feeling sorry for a man. Oh, but I feel bad for him. Oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. He would hurt your feelings. A man will never hesitate to choose himself. Even him being with you, treating you well, is him choosing himself. You are just receiving the benefit of that. If he's treating you well, taking you out, all of that, it's because he gets to have you in his life. It benefits him. It makes him happy. Because look how quick these men switch up when they decide they don't want you anymore. They will always choose themselves. They will always put their own needs first. And you need to learn from that and adopt the same behavior and put yourself first. Speak your truth. Ask for what you want. Or if you don't want to be with him anymore, let him know. Stop giving people endless chances. Stop feeling bad for them. They behave how they want. Then when they apologize and they're all like, oh, I miss you and all of this, you feel sorry for them. When they are just manipulating you, they're just saying what they need to say to get what they want from you. You can't be like, oh, I want to have more confidence. I want things to be better in my life. But when it comes to you choosing yourself and prioritizing your needs and what you want, you don't. You start worrying about how other people feel. You prioritize their feelings instead of your own. And I'm not saying you have to be horrible about it. Your delivery can be kind and you can consider people's feelings, but you will prioritize your own. So prioritize your peace and never hesitate to pick yourself.
A man can be a woman's downfall if she's not careful. A man can negatively influence a woman's life, her well-being, her personality, her potential, her self-esteem. All of these things, he can influence that. The downfall of a woman begins when she starts caring for a man, when she starts investing in a man, when she's desperate for a man. That is the beginning of the downfall of a woman. Letting go of herself because of a man. The minute you put a man before yourself, that is the beginning of your downfall. And most women only turn to realize it when it's already too late.
When I heard the advice that said that the beginning of a woman's misfortune is feeling sorry for a man, I felt that. Because how many times have you given a man a second chance feeling like, oh, well, the conditions just weren't perfect? The conditions aren't perfect for you. So you're telling me that you give a man second, third, fourth opportunities to get something right when you work your hardest to get shit right the first time? You see how that's a little confusing? It's a little confusing. And I just think that, you know, honestly, we should give men less chances. Oh, I forgot. Doja had a hit with this. Because I need to know. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, you. On the other side of this screen. I'm looking at you. You give men a bunch of chances, but don't give your friends a bunch of chances? Don't give your sister a bunch of chances? When I heard
the biggest mistake you can make is wasting your youth on a man. Don't waste your prime years chasing a man or being with a man that brings no value to your life. My biggest fear is waking up in my mid-30s, reminiscing on my 20s and thinking, dang, I could have been doing so much more. I could have been so much further in life right now if I just stayed focused. I don't want that to ever be a regret of mine or a thought that crosses my mind all the time. You won't know a man wasted your prime years until it's too late, and I see it happen all the time. I want you guys to be so invested in your career, making money, traveling, that you don't even have the time to think about settling down or chasing a man, because they will always be there. My mindset right now is, when I'm older, I want to be able to look back at my 20s and say, I did everything. I lived my life to the fullest and I'm content. But ladies, please be careful. These men know what they're doing. They know they're wasting your youth. They know what they're doing by getting you pregnant. Please. I'm not saying don't date, but don't get comfortable, because we're not getting any younger and time goes by so.
The older I get, the more I am convinced that a woman's easiest downfall is going to be because of a man. This is a tale as old as time, and this is a truth that remains to be true. When I was younger, I used to think that, oh no, people are just exaggerating. No. They were not exaggerating. In fact, they should have said more. They weren't exaggerating enough. There was no exaggeration. It was all facts, no printer. It is so scary to see smart women being played by dumb men. And this is something that happens so easily, so often. And people like to say, oh, men are dumb, women are smarter than men. I'm going to say this right now. If women are smarter than men, how come the smartest woman is being played by the dumbest fool? What are we seeing? And I feel like also, this is a challenge now. Women don't want to listen to older women because I think the older women are being bitter when they're giving them life experiences or they're telling them certain things. They think that the older women are being bitter and they're jealous of the younger women. That's now another barrier. Number two, I feel like as women get older and take more of an interest in men, you can't give them counsel and feedback. Like when a woman complains about a man, your best route is to shut up and not say a thing. Because at the end of the day, most women who complain about men, they never really implement the feedback that they're given, or they take another perspective. You want to know why? Because most women like to pride themselves or think that they know too much, or that it's their man, so they know. You can't tell them anything. And again, they're going to falsely accuse you from wanting to take their man or being just for the relationship, or they're going to throw some irrelevant insult at you because, I mean, that's just what they do. A woman's biggest downfall is going to be because of a man, and it doesn't take much. Wow.
What women don't realize is your biggest downfall will come from trusting a man or feeling sorry for a man. Oh, but I feel bad for him. Oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. He would hurt your feelings. A man will never hesitate to choose himself. Even him being with you, treating you well, is him choosing himself.
I'll take it a step further. Men know when you're uncomfortable. They know when you're self-sacrificing, when you're self-betraying. They know when you're doing something you don't want to do because you're either scared or you want to please them, you want to be chosen, or you have low self-esteem. They can see it and they'll never stop you. For as long as they're benefiting, they'll never stop you. Never make a man your first priority. You should always be your first priority. You should always be your first priority. As this content creator that I stitched said, put yourself first. Put yourself first. You will never be a man's first priority. You will be a priority, but you will never be a man's first priority. Men will always prioritize themselves. They will always prioritize themselves. So who are you prioritizing them over yourself?
Feeling bad for a man is going to be the cause of your downfall every fucking time. Like, literally every time. And if you get with a man who has absolutely nothing, I'm talking nothing to bring to the table, watch you start to lose everything you ever worked for. Men are not to be helped financially. I don't know who the fuck told y'all that, but there's no such thing. The role of a man is to provide. It's to provide and protect. Just as well as the role of a woman is to nurture. That's what we do. It's literally in us. We nurture our kids, we nurture our men, we nurture our households. We literally come in and add love to every fucking thing we put our hands on, allowing it to grow and prosper and be great. The moment you take a man out of what the fuck he's supposed to be doing, you done fucked up. I don't know where this chemical imbalance happened, where some of these men just don't have that natural provider and protector instinct in them, but somewhere down the line, things got fucked up, and there's a batch of niggas out here literally preying on women, taking advantage of their strength and their nurturing capabilities. You see where I'm going with this? As a woman who got her shit all the way to fuck together, all the way together, my name is on everything. The crib, the car, every fucking thing. If you think that you're gonna come around me with nothing, like nothing, you're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind. Because if we can mom and work and cook and clean and entrepreneur, what the fuck makes you think that I'm gonna let you come around me and live your softest life? What the fuck makes you think that? Y'all were literally equipped with different capabilities than women. Literally. Your mind is different. Your strength is different. Your capabilities are literally fucking different. We are genetically built totally fucking different. Some things are literally impossible as a woman for us to do. Some things are literally impossible as a man for y'all to do. An example, giving birth. You cannot do that. So to get back to my fucking point, the moment you feel bad for a man is going to be the beginning of your misfortune. The moment you show a nigga that you're willing and capable of being the king and the queen of the jungle, he will never step into his masculinity. Never. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not cooking, cleaning, sucking, fucking, taking care of the kids, and paying the bills, and letting a man come around me doing absolutely nothing. Cause who the fuck are you, the baddest bitch? One of the harshest lessons I ever had to learn in life was my father telling me stop feeling sorry for man. The minute I start feeling sorry for man was the beginning of me becoming a sorry ass bitch. And you know what was even crazier? Fast forward, it was me in this off and on relationship for 7 years with this guy. Obviously, I was in love with. And I remember one day we were like going back and forth, and his response was, stop feel sorry for man. He said the exact same words my father used to say to me growing up. And then when I sat there, right, because that's kind of crazy to hear the same thing from two different people, different decades apart. And then it clicked for me. How I naturally am is a hazard to my own health. When you're a good person and your brain just operates from like a good place, you cannot fathom how you can put yourself in danger because you're dealing with someone that is naturally not like that. Almost like no different if like a person that's a people pleaser or a giver being around a narc. That is dangerous. To be a person with no boundaries. And mind you, I think like maybe because I was in a big family, you're raised on love. You know what I mean? Like if you're just raised in a different culture. And fast forward, I'm with this guy. Mind you, he met me. I think he was like the second guy I dated. Like, guys, I started late. But anyway, yeah, I had my first boyfriend at 20. And then I met him like 2 years later after my first boyfriend. So anyway, I was like 28. And I remember we got into an argument and he said to me, stop feel sorry for man. Now I remember the argument. Him and I were going back and forth and we were making up. And I was explaining to him that I was only blowing up his phone because I thought that maybe he was hurting and I just kind of wanted to like make up and clarify some things. And for him, he was out there camooching. He was doing me dirty. And so when he said, stop feeling sorry for me, it's the fact that if we're supposed to be at war, how are you worrying about me? So yeah, that was a very strange lesson to learn. We obviously did have a very toxic relationship, but one thing we did have for sure was honesty. We always spoke about whatever, like no matter how bad it was, we were going to know. We were going to talk about it. You see what I'm saying? We were more invested in the truth. Obviously, he just could make better decisions despite hearing the truth. And I obviously, despite hearing the truth, had a hard time letting him go. But anyway, good thing that has passed. But I say this all to say, just know the minute you start to feel sorry for man, wait, let me take this back. Let me use myself as an example. The lesson I had to learn the hard way was the minute I start feeling sorry for man was the beginning of me becoming a sorry ass bitch. To each his own. That was the lesson I had to learn the hard way. So he pities you.
I remember when we were growing up, our parents usually tell us, be careful, avoid boys. Boys come with a lot of trouble. A boy can destroy your life. He can get you pregnant. You have to drop out of school. You have to look for a job to take care of that baby. Your life is going to change completely. This is what our parents usually used to tell us, to not get pregnant, to avoid boys because boys would distract us. They wouldn't help us to do well in school. And they were right. We as women underestimate the extent to which men can destroy our lives. A lot of us women fail to realize how much power we give these men over us. All of these things they told us were true. Because when you start experiencing puberty as a young girl and you involve yourself in a relationship with a man, what happens? The whole focus is now on your relationship. It's on that guy. You start thinking about making him happy, pleasing him. You're just excited and carried away with this relationship that you lose focus on what really matters. Your education and every other thing. You forget about your studies. You're concentrating on your relationship. There are a lot of women who they get into business, they get into school, they get into whatever career path they take. The minute a man comes into their lives, they lose focus. Everything they were doing before this man walked in, they put it on hold and they start focusing on this man. Your relationship completely changes the trajectory of your life, your plan, your goals. Everything now is shifted because you're focused on your man. The minute you start entertaining men, the minute you start feeling sorry for men, the minute you start investing in men, that is when your problem begins. A man can erode a woman's self-esteem by constantly belittling her thoughts and making her question herself, making her doubt her reality. A man can destroy your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-confidence by emotional manipulation and gaslighting. By constantly questioning her reality, she may begin to lose confidence, doubt herself, and become dependent on his validation. A simple example is this: a woman with dreams and ambitions may slowly abandon them if her partner convinces her that she's not good enough or she's too emotional to succeed. By isolation and control, a man can impact a woman's life negatively. He will isolate her from family and friends so that she's isolated and dependent only on him for validation, support, and literally everything. All of these things is to exercise control. It leaves her dependent on him and vulnerable for manipulation and control. Undermining your career and education. Some men do this deliberately to make you less powerful and less successful. Some men sabotage and discourage a woman's ambition just so that she remains less powerful and less successful. You're going to hear him say things like, "Why do you need to work? I can take care of you. I can provide for you," failing to understand that dependency may lead to regret and loss of fulfillment down the line. A man can break a woman emotionally, physically, and mentally through abuse. Abuse can break down a woman mentally and physically, and most men have done this to women. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, all of these things can break a woman down. Repeated trauma can lead to anxiety, depression, and loss of identity. There are so many women who have lost themselves because of trauma caused by a man. And sadly, many women feel trapped in abusive relationships because of children, finances, trauma, fear, and stigma. A man can damage a woman because of cheating, betrayal, and broken trust. What a lot of people fail to understand is the impact and the consequences of cheating on someone. It leaves a scar for life. There are a lot of people who cannot love again, trust again, feel secure in a relationship because they were betrayed by someone, because they were hurt and betrayed by someone they love deeply. When trust is broken repeatedly, it can ruin a woman's ability to love, feel, trust, and feel secured in a relationship. This makes it impossible for her to feel secured in future relationships. These are some of the effects of cheating. It affects her self-esteem, her self-confidence. She doubts herself. She doesn't even feel beautiful anymore. She feels like there is something lacking. This emotional toll can lead to years of healing or avoidance of intimacy altogether. There are a lot of women who are healing for years because they have been hurt by someone who betrayed them. So many women who don't even want to deal with men, who are avoiding relationships altogether just because of what happened in their past. You need to be careful who you love, be careful who you pick. That person can impact your life negatively, and it can take a long period of time for you to heal and get yourself back together. A lot of women have lost their spark because they entertained the wrong men. Some men use love as a weapon to get whatever they want from women. They use love as a weapon to sleep with women, to exploit women financially, to manipulate and control women. They use love as a weapon to get whatever they want from women. They use love as a weapon to get whatever they want out of relationships with women. They weaponize love against women. Some men exploit a woman's loyalty and love to manipulate her choices, making her feel guilty for asserting independence. They'll say things like, "If you love me, you wouldn't take that job. If you love me, you wouldn't leave even if I cheated." The patriarchy, misogyny, all of these things have caused men to have a sense of entitlement over women's choices. This inequality silences women's dreams, forcing them to engage in roles which they didn't choose. When a man becomes an agent of this oppression, knowingly or unknowingly, he contributes to her downfall. Financial abuse is one of the ways in which a man can be a woman's downfall. A man may control all the money in the household, deny her access to funds, sabotage her ability to earn money, leaving her stuck and dependent on him. If there's one thing I want you to take from this video, is be very careful, because a man can disrupt the whole trajectory of your life. A man has the ability to ruin your life if you let him. A man has the ability to be your downfall if you let him. And what I want you to know is, if you have experienced any of these things, it's not too late for you to rise above it. Rise above it and heal. Surround yourself with a good support system. Know that it is not the end of the world, and make better choices when you're dealing with men. Be very careful. The only time that you let a man become your downfall is when you prioritize that man over you. It's when you put that man above every other thing. There are so many women who have gone crazy, who are even dead because they didn't want to let go of a man who was bad for them. When you realize that this man is bad for you, let go of him. So many of you will see that a man is the weapon fashion formed against you, but no, you want to be with him. You would see clearly that this guy is a red flag. God will give you signs. This guy could be your downfall. There are so many women who have an STD today because of the man they decided to date, the man they decided to get married to or sleep with. This guy has been cheating on you for years. You know he's cheating on you. You know the women he's cheating on you with, but you're sleeping with him without protection. When you finally go to the hospital and get tested, you realize you have an STI. Who are you going to blame at the end of the day? When these men show you who they are, believe them. Stop giving men the opportunity to destroy your life. Stop giving men the opportunity to ruin you, because they will if you let them. Anyways, guys, there's always an exception to the rule, but to be on the safe side, everyone is a suspect. A woman's downfall begins when she starts pitying a man, feeling sorry for a man, sacrificing for a man, investing for a man, giving access to a man, loving a man more than he deserves, and letting go of herself because of a man. The minute you put a man before yourself, that is the beginning of your downfall. Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of this video. What do you guys think concerning this video? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Drop your experiences. I'm dying to see them, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.